This is Elizabeth. I know I haven't really been on my channel very much, and I would like to start off this video by saying I'm very sorry. It's just, my computer messed up. We were also in between internet providers, so, my computer wasn't working, and my laptop's the only one that can record audio, or record videos, so just want to first off say I'm sorry, and this will be my first real video on here because all I've done on here really is like the Hunger Games, blah blah blah, who's the tribute, which I haven't done it like in forever, but I know who's been casted and stuff, so you don't need to be like, oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, I just want to start off with that, and then I'm gonna go into my first book review. First of all, the first few book reviews I'm gonna just not even do in any particular order, not even like how much I like them, how much I didn't like them, just books I have on hand, and then I'll, as I go along, do reviews to books I've read as I'm reading. And the first book I wanted to start off with, because it's the first one I had on my bookshelf. By the way, my laptop's on a bookshelf, so it's kind of good. That's why this chair's right here, because if you kind of turn the camera, you would see I have a double bookshelf thing going on here. But anyways, going off topic. But yeah, the first book I wanted to review was The Hate List by Jennifer Brown. And I have to say, this is one of my favorite books I've ever read. It's a great book in every aspect. Let me break it down for you, what it's about. So it's about this girl named Valerie who, her boyfriend one day, he opened fire on the school cafeteria, and she was really shocked as much as everybody else, and she ended up getting shot herself too. And the newspapers, because it's going back and forth between newspaper clips, TV clips, whatever they are, and going back to her point of view, so kind of back and forth of it. And they're really debating if she knew about it, if she was a part of it, or, and some people were saying, no, she got shot herself too, she was trying to save someone, which ultimately she saved someone by her getting shot, which she didn't really mean to do, but it ended up being that type of thing. But anyways, I'm rambling. Let me just read the back cover, what it says on the back, because I do better doing that, because I'm not good at explaining. I'll read, then explain. 5 months ago, Valerie Lefman's boyfriend, Nick, opened fire on their school cafeteria. Val was as shocked as everyone else, but despite her own serious injury, she's implicated in the crime because of the list. The list she and Nick made of people they hated. The list Nick used to pick his targets. So, kind of get the feel. Now, after a summer of seclusion, Val is forced to confront her guilt as she returns to school to complete her senior year. Haunted by the memory of her boyfriend she still loves, and navigating rocky relationships with her family, her former friends, and the girl whose life she saved, Val must come to grips with the tragedy that took place, and her role in it, in order to make amends and move on with her life. So yeah, she's been gone for a while since school. She was really injured. She got shot in the thigh and everything, but it was also, she knew don't come back to school right after this kind of happened, because when the news started reporting about it, that's when the hate list started to make its way, and that's why a lot of the people thought she was in on it, because she helped Nick make that list. And it depicts high school very well in this book. That I like books that show the real colors of high school, and high school is cliquey to a point, and I feel like it gets depicted in a very weird way, like very stereotypical, you know what I mean, speech impediment happening, and it does a good job not stereotyping it too much, but it shows the real colors of high school. Everyone, those people who say high school was their best years of their life, bullshit. Sorry, pardon my French, but that's the truth. I hate high school. I have one more year left. God, help me get through this year. It's true. I hate high school. A lot of my friends are like, my friends for the most part agree with me, but there are my friends that are like, Why do you hate high school? Really? Really? Anyways, I'm getting on a spiel and a tangent now. But anyways, so yeah, it starts off with that whole setting, and she comes back to school, and everybody's pissed at her. Like, you know, it's your fault this happened. And there's even a girl who she got shot, and she also got shot. She lived, but the scarring and the damage it left on her made her deformed a little bit. Not it left damage, and it changed what she looked like, and she hated it, you know, and she was so mad at her. And she had a class with her too, which, by the way, the first day she sees her, she gets homeschooled afterwards. So you can see people really are ticked off at her. And the only person who's trying to really make an effort and reach out is the girl who she saved, who happens to also be one of the #1 people who she hated and was on the hate list. And so yeah, not revealing too much, but that's what it is. And you know, you can kind of get the vibe that she is really grateful for what she did, and you know, she's like, you know, thinking in her head, you know, I gotta make it up to her in a way. But I gotta script these book reviews. But anyways, so yeah, and she's just, you know, praying. She's like, it's okay, I can make it through school. Which, on the meantime, not just is there problems at school, you know, with all this, understandably, you know, there's also problems at home. So it's like double whammy, you know. She hates being at home. She hates being at school. You know, and it makes for, like, one of those really good teen books that depicts situations really truthfully. And I really amend this book on it. I don't want to give away too much, and I don't want to say too much, but I loved this book. It was a great book. Jennifer Brown, you know, I liked how she wrote it. It was very well written, and there's nothing I didn't like about it. So I'm not going to do the 1 out of 5 stars, because I feel like that can kind of get wishy-washy. Like, what if she gives it a 3 out of 5, and what's that mean? So I'm going to do like 1 out of 10 stars, and out of 10, I would give it a 10. It was really that good. You know, I loved the book, you know. It made you really root for the main character, even though you're kind of in a way, like, upset that this had happened. You're rooting for her because you see, oh my gosh, she really did not know. So it's definitely on my to read books, and if you haven't read this book, I would definitely suggest it for you. Not just teenagers, but also all ages. I think adults can read teenage books too. Teenage books are pretty good for the most part, so adults can read them, you know. The youngest age level I would probably do with, or I would say anywhere from, I want to say like 11 to 12 to older, because it does talk about a shooting scene, so it might not be best for kids. So, but other than that, you know, it's a really great book, and I would suggest anyone who sees it, go buy it. Go buy it today. It's an amazing book. So, thank you for watching my review, if you watched it all the way through. If you did, thank you! I don't know how you standed it for that long, but, you know, good for you. Alright, so, since this is my first book review, can you just, constructive criticism works best. And, you know, thank you for watching if you did, and, leave me a comment down there, if you read the book and you agree with me, you don't agree with me, or you would like to maybe elaborate more on my book review to people who got confused by what I said, because I tend to be confusing when I speak. I know that. Or, anything. Just comment for anything, you know. Just leave it down there. Start to commenting. Okay, so yeah. Check out my other channels, and bye! I'm gonna go. This is the awkward part.